I know if you're 97, 78, 63 and a half, or you just turned 40 and you are thinking about learning Spanish, but you go, oh, I'm a little bit too old to start now. Well, yes, you are. That's the truth. But that doesn't mean you cannot learn it. So I would like to tell you 11 reasons, 11 being like a random number, I can come up with another 100, to tell you why you should start. The truth is, you forget words, everything seems to be more difficult, and it kind of, it feels your brain goes slower. You think, I'm gonna be struggling, and it's true. Yeah, I will tell you about these 11 advantages, yeah? So first, you have purpose, because I cannot buy the idea of you learning Spanish just because, I've got time, I'm gonna start learning Spanish, I've got nothing better to do. No, we both know that's not the truth. And most likely you've got a purpose. Either you've been dreaming about it your entire life and now you are retired and you've got a lot of time, or there is a new member in your family who is a Spanish speaker, or anyway, whatever the reason, you've got a purpose. And that alone is the biggest drive you need to succeed when learning Spanish. 2, emotional intelligence, EI, not AI, EI. And what is that anyway, right? I mean, being empathetic, being sympathetic, listening to others, that's nothing new. They come up with this fancy word, but at the end of the day, we both know emotional intelligence is nothing but just being a human being and paying attention to your surrounding and the people you interact with, right? So you've got it. It's fine. You know how to be consistent. Really? Do you? Consistency beats talent every time. Number 4, you see the patterns faster, okay? Having more experience, having seen more things, I think our brain gets a little bit more trained about trends. And when it comes to the language and the patterns, we are talking about trends. And we can see this. I see we because I'm also 45. Okay. You learn deeply, not quickly. I know. You are not learning for a test. You are learning to experiment the joy that brings Spanish and the joy that brings learning this new skill and this new language that allows you to interact with these amazing people. Number 8, you can choose your environment. It's not like you are in your 20s or even 15. Can you imagine young people need to learn some language and they go, okay, you have to go to some sort of academy or get a tutor to learn your language. But nowadays there is a lot of information online. You can choose, you can consume and learn the language by yourself. That is not the most common thing to do, but that it's possible. But when you're older, you've got time, you've got money, and you've got criterion to choose. And that is, trust me, a huge thing. You understand what being patient is like. You know that Rome was not built over a day. You focus on what really matters. And actually, not just, but you focus on what really matters to you. Or at least this is how it should be. Because it's not the same being focused on. Imagine you're learning a language, and in most of the materials and the books that you can find in any bookstore anywhere in the world, most likely the manuals they sell, they have an established curriculum, right? This is material for another post as well. So actually, you find lesson 1, my family. Lesson 2, my town. So basic. And you keep on going and say, yeah, but I want to talk about the movie that I saw, or I want to talk about a book. Family is really small. I'm not going to be talking Spanish with my family. Who cares if I know how to say sister or brother, right? So think about that. The best one, you have courage. I know, Because anybody would say, oh, are you going to start? And you, oh, how nice. You know, they go, when you tell people, they go, oh, how nice. But actually, it takes courage and you need to be brave to start such a new challenge. So my congrats, because I think it's wonderful that you want to learn Spanish, that you want to learn a new language. And actually, I think it's even more wonderful, if I may use the same word again, sorry, is that you know that you are embarking in a journey. And you know that it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's going to take a lot of emotion in between, there's going to be a lot of emotional intelligence required. But at the end of the day, you have made your decision and you're going for it. So you're not too old. I think I like this. I'm going to translate it just from Spanish, if I may. You have accumulated experience, okay? So use it in your advantage. This is not a disadvantage. You can beat any young person. I'm sure. Been there, done that. So it's fine. Anyway, these are my ideas. Y vamos viendo.